Mark here, and welcome to the 10-acre woods. You can see we're starting to bloom and the leaves are coming out. Spring has arrived, although it's cool today and rainy, which has probably really pushed out those leaves. The kids are out enjoying with their mamas, and there's the big mama. I was trying to remember what was on the back of Tara's shirt. It's not Big Mama, it's Head Mama. That's too early in the morning, I guess, for that. Anyway, we do have some animals coming in. If you've been watching our social media, you have seen some little snippets here and there. We'll talk about all of them. And we've got some new ones that also came in, some other ones. And we'll go over them as well. So we'll head in and we'll see the first batch. Here we are.
Oh, you ate all your peas.
5 alpaca. Now these alpaca came in, they were at a farm.
A breeder.
Where they bred alpaca, and it was time for them to retire, and they wanted to find a home for these guys. So they're all fixed males, and they all appear fairly, well, as they walk away.
We're getting to know
fairly
their
friendly.
names. So Java is a black one.
Yeah, Java.
Jasper.
Yeah, Jasper's there.
Sunny, I think, is the...
Yeah, that looks like Sunny. He's kind of a slender face.
Or is that Squint?
Well, I think some of them have multiple names.
Today is shearing day, so we're gonna shear them with different haircuts, and then we'll be able to post pictures, better pictures of who's who.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we got Jojo.
Yeah, Jojo, I think, is the smaller one.
And...
Amia. Yeah.
So it's just Amia and Sunny that I'm kind of...
Hey guys!
Right?
How you doing? How you doing? Oh, and there's lots of humming going on. So those are...
Come on.
Oh, munchies. Oh, Tara's gonna go in.
Hi. Yeah, you need to get in the middle. Java, you need to get in the middle so you can share. Come on. You need to share.
We need a bigger bowl.
You need a longer, skinnier bowl.
So we put this board up here because we had Java and Jasper, these two, in another pen. We figured just to give them a little bit more room, we would move them. And Jasper, this one here, decided that he didn't want to stay in there. So he jumped out, and we caught this on the barn camera. So as Tara mentioned, they are getting sheared tomorrow. Actually today, Sunday. Today is a long weekend here in Canada. It's Victoria weekend. I believe the US has Memorial Day, which is next weekend. Sometimes they fall on the same weekend. I think last year they were actually on the same. So our shearer is coming late today, so we're not going to be able to get it in this video, but we will definitely get it in the next video. So if you want to see that shearing, click on that subscribe button, and you can check it out in the next video. You'll get notified if you ring that bell. Now Tiana, yep, she's behind me. She took some footage while I was at work. She took the camera out, got a lot of good footage of the alpaca arriving. So we're gonna cut to that right away here.
Come on, alpacas! Lily, 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 Lily. Go! Go! cool at Alpaca. Yeah, I'm the fun. Yeah, this one's tall and skinny. You're funny. Java. That one's got like a double chin. Somebody forgot to trim the. Okay. Yeah, they are different. You'll get to know them. I'll have to look at the photos carefully. Okay. One of them has a finer hair. Probably that one over there. They do make really awesome pets, though.
Done?
We've quite enjoyed our
How's it
two. It'll be interesting when they meet Shannon. And they're much more hands-on than what.
Okay, it's feeding time for the rest of the crew. Here comes the pig and the other two alpaca, Kala and Shanzi. They know what to do. Now usually what happens is Piper leaves a little early because afterwards they get apples. And Piper really likes those apples. So they're eating. We have the little babies. You can't see them in here. Mama is actually sitting on them, protecting them. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She looks over. And we've got all the other ones in here. So we were thinking about putting these guys out in the nursery area, which we'll probably do once the young ones get a little bit older and it warms up. So it's still fairly cool outside. Usually May is a time where the temperature still goes down pretty cool at night. Oh, guineas. How's everything doing? Hi, Java. Hi, buddy. You're curious looking, aren't you? Yeah. I'm gonna have to get used to their names too. So I know Sunny, I know Java, I know Jasper. And the other two are I'll have to, it won't take long. All right, so we have some other ones, which I don't think I can pass because we have an alpaca blockage in the corridor. I'll wait until breakfast is over.
Get out!
Okay, guys, all done. Yep, moving along. There we go. Thanks for coming. Breakfast has been served. Okay, so what is the story with these guys? This is the first time I've seen them. They came in, was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, yesterday. So these are three call ducks, so they're males. And they came from somebody that had...
Patrick, and he breeds them.
Yeah, and he had a lot of males. So he didn't want so many males, so he contacted us. We're gonna put them out on the pond within either today or tomorrow, I guess, once they get settled in here. And they'll be able to enjoy the pond outside. I'm zoomed in. Ooh, there we go. Much better. What's going on out here? Is everybody excited to get their winter coats off? Oh, hey, Daisy, are you excited? No, they want food. They want treats. So we have locked them in here over the last few days because we didn't want them to get wet. Because it has rained quite a bit over the last few days, we put this up here. So the other morning, we left an area here for the pigs to get out, and what had happened was we saw two of the sheep out, and of course it was the two smaller ones. It was George and Tulip here, right, George? So they managed to squeak out underneath here where the pigs go and escape. They didn't get wet because there was a little lull in the rain, but we shored them back up inside again. So later this afternoon, they're going to all get sheared. We will be recording that and make sure that you see that. But of course, it'll be in the next video. Bronwyn is the only one that isn't going to get sheared because she is a haired sheep. Here's Cheese and Quackers and his two girls. It's almost like twins and twins. The two boy twins and the two girl twins. Looks like the ponies are, I believe they're up towards the front. So we'll check on them in a little bit. So in the barn cleanup, we decided to move the rabbits out because of the shearing, get things cleaned up. They are separated, boys and girls. So this side, these are the boys, are they not? No, these are the girls. Yeah, these are the girls, and these ones over here are the boys. Are you boys really friendly? You just come right over? Hi. Yes. You can see a lot of like lion head cross happening here. They are cute. And they're pretty friendly too. So the girls, so we haven't had any young as of yet. You can see this one here is, let's go over top, is collecting and starting to make a nest. So we could see some bunnies there. We did have, I believe it's 9 rabbits leave the farm. So another farm wanted to take on some rabbits and some pregnant ones, so that they had a nice spot set up for them. And it's a great educational experience. People move out to the country and they get a farm and they get, a few little animals. And for their children and even for themselves, it's a great educational experience to go through that whole thing. And then she is going to adopt out the rabbits or the bunnies that are born on her farm, and if there's any issues with she has some leftovers and she needs to bring them back, then of course we will take them back and then rehome them from here. So it works out great. It's kind of a win-win on that. We get some of the rabbits taken away and they get that experience of the babies being born. A little bit mucky out here. It doesn't get too bad. There's certain areas, around these sections here where it's lower, but usually if you get to some higher ground, it's not so bad. There's Fernando. Fernando! Hi, bud! We did get some more birds in, some more hens, and a couple roosters, I believe. I think they're probably inside. It looks like those two over there are newer ones. So we got half a dozen new hens come in. They're just older ladies. Look at these two boys. Fighting through the fence. They were basically retired hens. So we brought them in with ours. We're going to be redoing this. I mentioned that in the last video. It's a matter of taking some time off work and getting things all laid out and built. Billy, what are you doing? Always getting into trouble. I'm just noticing here you can see that that material there that's on the ground in the center of the frame. We'll have to grab that. It was so windy the other day that our old top to our barbecue area just started falling apart and was ripping apart. So we took the rest of it down and we put this new one up that we had purchased. So it's a little bit whiter than the last one. The other one was kind of a brown. Billy, it was kind of a brown. It's, you know, it's always the ones that are higher up. You know, and this is an excellent reason to, if you have property or if you're buying property and it is fully treed, fence in the area and then just throw a couple goats in there. They will trim it up to the height that they can reach, and you can see that trim line right there. And you'll get a nice canopy. But this is what they do, and it's hilarious to see them. I believe I showed this rhubarb in the last video. It was just level to the ground at that time, just sprouting out. So over the last week, it's done really well. Okay, so Billy's over yonder, and Carl's over in the bush there. And then we've got the ponies, Levi, Meadow, and Daisy. So Tara threw out some hay this morning from the building, from our hay storage building there. Hey bud, how you doing? Every time I come home from work, or when I'm leaving for work sometimes, I come in and there he is. He's just trotting along beside me. Hi Meadow, how's the girl? Yeah, enjoying the warm weather. And then Daisy. Daisy, how you doing, girl? Daisy's not so interactive. She's the old girl that just, you know, does her own little thing. So that brings us to the last animal that came in, was a black bear. So the story with this black bear is we got a phone call from somebody in the area, and they had told us about a baby bear that was wandering around on the highway in the ditch, and they were keeping an eye on the bear to find out, you know, is the mom around? And it's not like a deer. With a deer, if you run across a baby deer, then you leave it. You don't want to move it because mom does leave and then she comes back to feed. With bear, it's a different story. So the bear will always, the cubs will always be with the moms. So they kept an eye on it for a little bit. Didn't see mom around anywhere. Contacted us. Tara went and called a bunch of different agencies. She couldn't get a hold of anybody. And she decided, well, I'm just going to go down and I'm going to get the bear. That's all there is to it. So she headed down there and brought the bear back home. And we do have some footage of that. If you haven't seen it on our social media, then you'll see it right here.
So we kind of found this guy in the ditch. And he's covered in wood ticks. In the rain. Okay. So clean him up, give him some milk, warm his body up. De-tick him. And wait for conservation to come. I'm gonna hold this so I get both hands. Oh, he's just infested.
That's probably why he's so weak.
Yeah. I suck all that dry out of them. Even though they're this size, always be aware.
What's on his eye? Is that one on his eyelid?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're everywhere. Oh, so he couldn't walk. He was just lying in the ditch. I have 0 wood ticks in my yard. So he's called, no more morale, we called Black Bear Rescue. So they can take him in when conservation will come get him and take him there.
And wood tick on the right there. Oh. From no reaction to gulping it. Okay, that's fine. Oh.
Okay, was that on camera?
Yes. He stared at the camera and then like burped. He's drinking too fast.
He's drinking on his own, which is
Good sign.
yeah. I mean, eating is huge, or the drinking is huge because they get dehydrated. So now we don't have to worry about dehydration, but now it's wood ticks that'll make it anemic. So sucking all its blood, right? So now we can worry about the ticks, okay? Yeah, I want to dry your bum. Make sure you're fine. Okay? Just want to make sure he's not plugged or anything. Okay? Yes, I know. Okay. Hi. Little boy, little girl. Hey. Little girl. She says, I want to leave. I know, you miss your mom, right? I know, you miss your mommy. Well, we're gonna find you a new mommy. Hey, we'll find you a new mommy. Okay, so, well, wood ticks.
Yep.
Hey. Yeah, we'll get you get the wood ticks out of there. Okay.
Corner.
Let me put me in the corner. Okay, let's spread this out so that we can actually see the wood ticks if they crawl off. Because my house is wood tick free. Oh. And we're going to give you some fruit and stuff, some greens. You're okay. You're okay. I want to pick her up and snuggle her, but
So we checked out Black Bear Rescue's page on Facebook, and she is tucked in and doing well. She was a little bit weak at times, but they stayed up with her over the night, and she appears to be doing well. So if you'd like to follow her and check on her progress, you can check out Facebook, Manitoba Black Bear Rescue, and see all the other bears that they have there. There's no name yet. They have been doing an alphabetic type name. So it's Y is what they're on now, and that's one of the ways that they do donations is to get names. And Tara has named her
Little Bear.
Little
and she's
Bear.
always going to be my little bear.
So anyway, have a look over there if you want any updates and to check out all their other bears. So we are now in the garden, and Tara is very excited.
Yes.
Because
excited.
things are growing.
Okay, so all my marshmallow came back. Catnip, love it. Coneflower. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Dandelion doesn't belong there. The horehound came back, which I was shocked. So that's nice to see.
What is that? That's right
It's
here?
an herb. They're all herbs and medicinal and like for
Okay.
teas and whatnot.
Catnip.
Horehound's really good for the stomach, digestion. And so there's nothing really here. I got a weed. You see where I'm got a weed after it rains so that I can get the roots right down. The rhubarb, the hascaps are doing fantastic. Second year with the asparagus, and so we got some good shears coming.
Because it was just a little thing last.
So we'll probably have a few to harvest, but not many. Third year, you can harvest more.
Yes, they get nice and thick.
Yeah. More asparagus, more catnip, hascaps. This is cool. The bok choy is all like I seeded before the rain.
Yeah.
So all the bok choy is coming up. Horehound. I'm waiting on a lot of these seeds because a lot of the weeds we have in our yard are edible as well. So I'll kind of look at that and what we can eat and harvest for teas. Duckweed came back, which I absolutely loved.
Oh yeah. We had this full of duckweed last year.
So I'll pick up a couple koi or something and throw them in there.
There's a little bit left in there.
Yeah. So
and these are our trees and replants, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of them that, like, they'll come back. Some of them will, some of them won't. But.
Yeah. So we got to put some trees in the ground in the back.
Yeah.
You can see here, this one looks like a willow.
Yeah.
Or is that, it says
willow.
It says Manitoba maple.
No, it's a willow.
Yeah, I think
I
you're off. Yeah.
Oh, that's coming.
What's
that's
that?
the little apple. That's the apple tree little ones we took.
Oh.
So that's coming. Nice.
Okay, good.
All my lettuces, so you can see them all, they're all coming. Like they're tiny, but it's so exciting when they start popping up. So this is basically the salad bar instead of in the bales this year. We planted it all here, and different salad mixes and everything. That's exciting. The yarrow came back. Purple betony didn't. Oh, okay. It is there. I didn't think it was going to come back. But this is a hedge nettle, and so I do see a little bit of it. This is why I don't weed until after the spring everything kind of grows. And then you can weed around it and know what weeds are. So this is a the black-eyed Susan in here. Lots of chicks and hens. So I'll weed around it once everything pops up. You can see the little mint plants that are coming. You know, and if I had weeded earlier, you wouldn't be able to see any of them. Look, the chicks and hens are having babies. Chicks and hens are having babies.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing that I was...
Whoops, I'm off. There it is. I was looking for it in the viewfinder.
I was so excited because I loved this chocolate mint last year. It smells phenomenal. And I was like, okay, it's not coming back. But if you look, everything that was buried is coming back. And it's all over where it was. So next year I have to bury the vines. And then they'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah, which was cool.
So they act as roots.
Yeah, and it's so neat because every day you come out and there's something else growing. And see? This is all chards and spinach and it's coming like all over. Right there's a good picture. Look at that. Right, but I need new labels. I don't like my labels.
Yeah, we'll get those sorted.
Yeah. Back here I did collards. A lot of this will be for the animals. And they're all coming too, all the collards, yay. So different types, and it's just neat. And this is just all compost from the garden.
Yep, you can see the little rabbit poops in there.
From the garden. It's all compost from the animals.
For the garden.
Right? So a lot of this is the rabbit and alpaca from inside the barn. So it's got all the hay and everything, but as long as you have the hay, it's easy to weed. Like you can pull up and just weed. Carrots are growing. Look at that. All the carrots are coming. That is quick. That is quick for the carrots. So they like that. They really like that. If the carrots are popping up now, that's sooner. Okay, I gotta get in here. Okay, come in here. That's all carrots.
All carrots.
All carrots.
All carrots and raspberries.
Yeah. So we did, a couple days before the rain, we did peas. And these are all peas and beans along here. Oh!
Oh, I can see.
I see one. Yeah. Doy!
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yay, there it is. So it's about a week. Now they'll take off. I saw it. I need my glasses. Jeez, I saw it.
Next week we'll be able to see it.
Look. Poo, poo, poo.
Yeah.
Nice. Poo.
So
I'm not pointing out poo, I'm pointing out plants.
And these were just last week, right?
Yeah, these were planted just before the rain. I wanted to get them in so that they have that, because they like cold weather.
I guess it was.
Yeah, they like cold weather, so I wanted them to be soaking in it. So last year what I did was I sprouted in the house there, and then planted the sprout. But I figured, well, if it's raining, I might as well sprout it out here, right? Look, okay, let's get to the other side. Oh,
Pew pew.
so excited. Okay, and this is all like cucumbers and, oh, no, it's a green chunk. Okay, this is all cucumbers and, oh, no, it's a seed. Jeez. Oh, it gets ya. It does. The heart, you just get so excited when you see them, right? So these guys typically should take a little longer. But this year too, with the straw bale garden, fertilize. So I'm making compost teas with the manure, and I'll fertilize like every week. That was my mistake last year with that. Okay, so nothing's popping up there.
No, cucumbers are not. So when we were thinking about putting this, it's full of water. We were thinking about putting that inside the greenhouse to use as a heated mass, as well as to keep some heat.
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. You can see there's quite a bit of humidity in there already.
Oh, it's so exciting.
And it's actually quite warm in here, even though it's like 10 degrees outside. We need to put a thermometer out here.
Yay! So
Oh,
these
yeah.
were just planted a week ago. So all my cuckoo melons, yes. This is a new one, crystal apple cucumber. No sign of any of the peppers yet. Ooh, nice. This is a new melon too I want to try.
Cucumber
Sikkim. All my tomatoes are popping up. So like last year I planted outside, if you remember. I figured I might as well. So they're starting to pop up. Wait, right there.
Yeah, and then once you get them up in here, you'll take them outside.
Yeah. As soon as it's nice. So they're all popping up. And I have enough that I can seed outside as well. Oh, look, these guys are having fun. Ooh, these are good too. The Chadwick cherry. They're good too. Yeah. And then I just planted all these yesterday. So this will take a while.
So that'll
There'll be
be
nothing there. So I just used the compost from the barn, like that's the rabbit manure and barn and straw and healthy straw and whatnot. And I just poke the seed in, cover it in potting mix, this, and water and leave. Come back and check. I water it once a day in here, just a light sprinkle. I put plastic on the bottom so it retains all the water and holds it, so that they can be watered. Once they're bigger and leaves come, they can be watered from the bottom, which they prefer.
So an update on the fan, it has been working very well. So the controller up top here is currently reading 25 degrees Celsius. It's currently 10 degrees Celsius outside. The sun hasn't been out, well, for a few days anyway. So it's actually maintained and kept that heat in, which is great. So it's set to come on when the temperature hits 35 degrees in here, and then it shuts off at 30 degrees. So that is doing really well. And of course, Tara is very excited about her garden and what's happening in it. So I'm sure from here on out, we're gonna see a lot more growth happening in the weeks to come. So that is it for this video. We're just hanging around waiting for the shearer to show up, which is probably gonna be about 6 o'clock or after 6 o'clock our time, because she said in the evening, which evening is after 6 as far as I figure anyway. So I'd like to wish you all a happy week, a happy and healthy week, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.